What is incredible about you guys is that you got married in the middle of COVID. All of your original wedding plans were brought to a complete standstill because of the pandemic, and you had to get married in the park with only immediate family and a few friends. I know that you guys, especially Whitney, were extremely disappointed that after all your planning, things had to be postponed, although I think Albert was slightly relieved. In some ways, however, I think that what God did at the beginning of your marriage has set you on a trajectory that will be extremely powerful for years to come. Whitney and Albert got married in the middle of a pandemic. Against all odds, your love for each other and for God had victory over all the chaos and loss that the pandemic had brought into our lives. Your bold statement of getting married in Central Park was a prophetic act of faith and trust in God. Your marriage therefore gives hope to all that love does win, that the pandemic cannot stop the human spirit, and that God is still blessing His people even when the world seems like it's falling apart.
I wouldn't use the phrase perfect for each other because that implies that we can fulfill all of each other's needs, and as imperfect humans, we can never do that. Instead, I would say that we're chosen for each other by God and by the free will He has given us. Infatuation is a feeling, but love is a choice. An active action taken every day. There have been many days in the past year when I have failed to choose loving you over my own needs and choosing my own selfish wants and feelings instead. When I've asked you to sacrifice, but not been willing to make sacrifices myself. I'll be the first to admit that I'm far from a perfect human or a perfect wife. So thank you for always staying by me, even when you can't understand why I'm crying. For trying to improve yourself in ways that don't come naturally to you at all. For never wavering in your commitment to me, even though I can be so unloving sometimes. And of course, being the best dad to Kiki. I'm not gonna promise a bunch of things that I may or may not keep right away, but I promise that I have no hesitation in saying that yes, of course I want to keep being married to you. This is only the beginning of a long road called the rest of our lives, and I want to walk down it hand in hand with you until then.
Oh, look amazing.
Yeah.
So today, 1 year after our initial vows, I again make my renewed pledge to you and to our relationship in moments of both joy and hardship. I promise to work to lay down myself and my own preconceived expectations of what marriage or love should be, so that there can be space for God to mold it into something better. I promise that I will look to you as an equal and valued partner, and that I will aim to hear the truths that you speak into my life, in spite of the insecurities or selfishness that may cloud my perspective. Finally, I promise that I will work to adapt my love, asking God for the wisdom to understand what true unconditional love means in the context of a marriage between two broken people. Thank you for choosing me as your husband, a man who struggles with understanding emotions, a man who thinks Panda Express is good food, and now a man that promises to stick by you for the rest of his life. So today, in front of all our friends and our family, I once again affirm my choice to take you, all aspects of you, as my wife. Except now I do it with a fuller appreciation of the wisdom that's in those eternal words. To take you in sickness and health, poverty and wealth, to love and to cherish until death do us part. I love you, Whitney.
Albert, do you promise to love, honor, comfort, and keep Whitney? Do you pledge to be by her side in sickness and in health, in times of want, in times of plenty, for better or for worse, for the rest of your lives? In the presence of God and our family and friends, do you renew your vow to her, pledging your eternal love for Whitney and eagerly awaiting whatever life may bring you?
I do.
All right, Whitney, do you promise to love, honor, comfort, and keep Albert? Do you pledge to be by his side in sickness and in health, in times of want, in times of plenty, for better or for worse, for the rest of your lives? In the presence of God and our family and friends, do you renew your vow to Albert, pledging your eternal love for him and eagerly awaiting what life may bring you?
I do.
Okay. And by the power invested in me by the church as a minister of the word, it's my privilege to reconfirm and to bless your 1-year anniversary rededication vows. Albert, you may kiss your wife of 1 year.